Good morning, everybody. In today's lesson, lesson 7.3, on page 273 of the third grade textbook, our topic is divide by 5. And the essential question that you should be able to answer at the end of the lesson is, what does dividing by 5 mean? So let's look at the unlock the problem. Kaylee wants to buy a new cage for Coconut, her guinea pig. She has saved 35 cents. If she saved a nickel each day, for how many days has she been saving? So we know she saved 35 cents total, and she's saving a nickel a day. So for how many days has she been saving? Remember, a nickel is worth 5 cents. Okay, so one way we could solve this problem is by count up by fives. So we could begin at 0. Okay, before one day she didn't have any money saved. So at the end of one day she had 5 cents, then 10 cents, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. So if she has 35 cents and she's been saving 5 cents a day, she's been saving for 7 days. So I counted up, you counted up by 5 7 times. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. Okay, we can also count back on a number line. So again, if we start at 35 and count back 5, we're at 30. Count by 5 again, we're at 25. 5 again, we're at 20. 5 again at 15. 5, we're at 10. Subtract 5, we're at 5. And subtract 5, we're at 0. So we jump back by 5 7 times. So again, 35 divided by 5 is 7. Okay, so that's two methods that we could figure out a division problem or dividing by 5. We could count up by 5s till we get to the dividend, or we can count back from the dividend till we get to 0. All right, so what are some strategies for multiplying and dividing with 5? We've learned how to use doubles to multiply. For instance, we know that 4 times anything is the same as 2 times that number doubled. 6 times anything is 3 times that number doubled, and so on. So we can use 10 facts and take half to multiply with 5. So when one factor is 5, you can use a tens fact. Okay, so 5 times 2, we know is 10. So first multiply by 10. So 10 times 2 is 20. And half of 20 is 10. So 5 times 2 is 10. Is that necessarily what you would want to do all the time? No, because look, 5 times 2 is 10, all right? There's no difficulty there. But just realize that when you multiply or divide by 5, 10, when you divide by 10, you're going to get a quotient that's half as much as by dividing by 5. When you multiply by 10, you're going to get a product that is twice as much as multiplying by 5. So when the divisor is 5 and the dividend is even, you can use a tens fact. So 30 to divide by 5. Well, maybe it's easier to go 30 divided by 10, because 30 divided by 10 is 3. And then if we double that, we'd get 6. So 30 divided by 5 is 6. Okay, again, when you divide by 5, your quotient will be twice as much as when you divide by 10. All right, so let's practice some. Count back on a number line to find 15 divided by 5. Do I have to use this strategy if I know what 15 divided by 5 is? No, don't do that, okay? These are just strategies for this chapter. If you've already known your math facts, obviously you would just write 3. We are practicing the strategies for this lesson. Go ahead and write out and demonstrate that you understand the concept. But in a real world situation, 15 divided by 5, you'd say 3. But so let's subtract 5. So that's twice. Subtract 5 again, we're at 0. So 15 divided by 5 is 3. All right, so use the count up or count back on a number line to solve. So if we have 10 divided by 2, we'd start at 10 and we'd subtract 2 because we're dividing by 2. So keep subtracting 2 until you get to 0. Could I just say 10 divided by 2 is 5? Yes, ideally that is. You would know that. Okay. But again, we're practicing on the number line or counting up for this lesson, so go through the steps of doing that. 20 divided by 5. Okay, well, subtract 5 from 20. So 20 divided by 5 is 4. If I wanted to divide by 10 and then double it, would be 20 divided by 10 is 2. Double it, 2 plus 2 is 4. All right, find the quotient. 50 divided by 5. 50 divided by 5. So let's use the double method. 50 divided by 10 is 5. So 5 plus 5 equals 10. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. 5 divided by 5. There's no need to count back. There's no need to draw a number line. We know that by rule, any number divided by itself is 1. All right, 45 divided by 5. Okay, now this one we can't use the double method because 45 is not even. Okay, we want to use the double method when the tens, when the dividend ends in a 0. So on this one, we'd either count up or count back on a number line. I think I'm going to count up. So I'm going to start at 0, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. So how many fives did I count? I counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So 45 divided by 5 is 9. Okay, 275, 30 divided by 5. We could use the divide by 10 and double. 30 divided by 10 is 3. 3 plus 3 is 6. So we should find that when we count back on this number line, our answer is 6. So start at 30, subtract 5 until you get to 0. Okay, and we do if we get 6. 25 divided by 5. Okay, so this one we couldn't use divide by 10 and double. All right, but we can count back on the number line by 5 or count up by 5s. Okay, so 25, subtract 5s. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, so 25 divided by 5 is 5. Find the quotient, 20 divided by 5. Okay, so 20 is even, so we could do 20 divided by 10 equals 2, and 2 plus 2 equals 4. So when we divide a even number, a dividend that is in the tens, we can divide by 10 and then double it to find the quotient. 40 divided by 5. Well, 40 divided by 10 is 4, and 4 plus 4 is 8. 18 divided by 2. 2 times what is 18? 9. Okay, we should just know that. If we didn't, we would draw 2 groups. Okay, so 18 divided by 2 groups is how many in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. So we get 9 in each circle. 0 divided by 5. We know that 0 divided by any number is 0. 35 divided by 5. Well, we can count up by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 10 divided by 5. Okay. 5 times what is 10? 2. 40 divided by 10. Well, we know that that's 4. 4 divided by 2. 30 divided by 10. 3. 16 divided by 2. 2 times what is 16? 8. Again, if we didn't know what 16 divided by 2 is, we would draw 2 circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. And we have 8 in each group. 45 divided by 5. Well, we actually did 45 divided by 5 on page 274. And that answer was 9. 15 divided by 5. 5, 10, 15. 3, right? 5, 10, 15. Counted 5 3 times. All right, let's look for a pattern. 10 times 1 is 10. 5 times 1 is 5. 10 times 2 is 20. 5 times 2 is 10. 10 times 3 is 30. 5 times 3 is 15. So what do you notice about this? Well, we notice that when I multiply by 10, it's increasing by 10. So 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. So 4 times 10 is just 4 times 1, and then it ends in a 0 because we're multiplying by 10s. And then I notice here that when I multiply by 5, it's half as much as when I multiply by 10. Half of 20 is 10. Half of 30 is 15. Half of 40 is 20. Half of 50 is 25. The reason I know half of 50 is 25 because 2 quarters, if I took away one of those quarters, that's half, right? So I'd have 25. All right, so what's the pattern over here? We've kind of talked about this. This is what we've been doing with dividing by 10. I mean, dividing by 5. We've been practicing dividing by 10 instead, and then double to find divide by 5. 10 divided by 10 is 1. So if I divide that same 10 by 5, I'm going to double it. 20 divided by 10 is 2. So if I divide 20 by 5, I'm going to double 20 divided by 10. 30 divided by 10 is 3. 30 divided by 5 is 6, because 3 plus 3. 40 divided by 10 is 4. 40 divided by 5 would be 8. 4 plus 4. 50 divided by 10 is 5. So 50 divided by 5 is 10. All right, 23. Guinea pigs eat hay, pellets, and vegetables. If Wonder Hay comes in a 5-pound bag and costs $15, how much does 1 pound of hay cost? 5-pound bag, $15. How much does 1 pound cost? So we're paying $15 for a 5-pound bag. So if I divide 15 by 5, that'll tell me how much 1 pound costs. So 15 divided by 5, we can count up by 5s, right? 5, 10, 15. So we counted up 3. So $3 every pound or per pound. Let's see if that makes sense. If I have a 5-pound bag, so 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. Yes, 5 pounds would be $15. All right, 24. Guinea pigs sleep about 45 hours every 5 days with their eyes open. About how many hours a day do guinea pigs sleep? 45 hours every 5 days. How many hours a day do guinea pigs sleep? So we have a dividend of 45, and we're going to spread those 45 hours over a 5-day period. So 45 divided by 5. Well, we've done that one a couple times today. 45 divided by 5 is 9. Well, let's count up. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45. I counted 9, 1, 2, I counted 5s 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 times. So the guinea pig sleeps about 9 hours a day. Number 25, the clerk at the pet supply store works 45 hours a week. He works an equal number of hours on Monday through Friday. He works an extra 5 hours on Saturday. How many hours does he work on each weekday? All right, so 45 hours total. He works Monday through Friday, and then he worked an extra 5 hours on Saturday. They want us to figure out the weekday, so Monday through Friday. So we have to start by taking away that extra 5 hours, okay, because he didn't work that during Monday through Friday. So let's start with 45, and we're going to subtract 5. Okay, so he did work 45 hours for Monday through Saturday, but Saturday is not considered a weekday. So we need to subtract those 5 extra hours. So during the week, he worked 40 hours. All right, so 40 hours divide by Monday through Friday. That's 5 days, right? So 40 divided by 5. Well, we can use the divide by 10 and double method for figuring this out. 40 divided by 10 equals 4. So 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8 hours a day. And that makes sense. 8 times 5 is 40. Okay. All right, 26. Maddie went to a veterinary clinic. She saw the vet preparing some carrots for the guinea pigs. Write a division problem that can be solved using the picture of carrots. Draw circles to group the carrots for your problem. All right, so let's see. These carrots are for the guinea pigs. We need a division problem. Okay, so what's our dividend? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so she has 10 carrots. What if we said like each guinea pig was going to get 2 carrots? How many guinea pigs are there? Sounds good. There are 10 carrots. This chapter is about dividing by 5, though. So let's say each guinea pig gets 5 carrots. There are 10 carrots total. The vet will give each guinea pig 5 carrots. How many guinea pigs is the vet working with? All right. All right, so solve your problem. Okay, so I said we're dividing by 5. Okay, so 10 carrots divided by 5 equals 2. 10 is total carrots. 5 is the number of carrots each guinea pig gets. And 2 is the number of guinea pigs. All right, group the carrots in a different way, then write a problem from the new groups. Solve your problem. Okay, so this time let's go ahead and say it's divided by 2. Okay, so there are 10 carrots total. Each guinea pig will get 2 carrots. How many guinea pigs are there? All right, so let's draw the carrots over here. Okay. I'm not going to draw actual carrots. I'm just going to draw the 10 circles to represent the carrots. And so this time I'm saying, let's group it like this. Let's put 2 in each group. And how many groups do we have? We have 5. So 10 divided by 2 equals 5. All right, circle the unknown factor and quotient. 5 times something is 35. 35 divided by 5 is something. Well, let's just count up by 5s. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35. I counted 5s 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times. So 35 divided by 5 is 7. All right, so that is it for multiplying by 5s. The next time we meet, we will be working on dividing by 3s. So until then, may the numbers always be in your favor.